Okay, today we're going to be looking at the Hamburg cuffs. Now here's the thing about the Hamburg that pisses me off. I went to the police museum in New York City, and this isn't anything about them, it's in every freaking museum you go to that has a pair of these cuffs. Every time you go into a museum that has a pair of these cuffs in their display, they say, this is a famous escape cuff from yesteryear, or they say, this is a handcuff that escape artists loved because it was so easy to escape from. Bullshit. When properly applied and not altered, these are a very secure cuff. Now, I know why the problem is. I know what happened. See, what happened was, escape artists started using these in their acts because, number one, they came from Germany, and at the time that these things did, Germany and the United States weren't the best of friends. So, escape artists would just say, you know, they would just pick a country that everybody was, like, upset with, and if they could beat their handcuff, they appeared to be a hero. And that's something that escape artists have been doing forever, okay? Of course, it makes it sound more deadly and horrible, okay? Hamburg 8s can be carried open, like this. Okay, then they're locked when you do that, alright? I'll get into the workings. But when you fold them, they become unlocked. And that's where the mistake comes in. That's where everybody thinks they're easy to escape from. But if your hands are in these things, you cannot fold them and unlock them. They were carried, specifically designed this way so that when the cops carried them, they could carry them around unlocked, just like we saw with the beans and, you know, the other ones that had arming buttons, okay? These ones also could be carried flat. They're pretty flat. Look at that. Now, like I said, once your wrists are in there, you're in there. They're a very, very, very secure cuff. There's no play between your wrists, okay? And they're very tight, and it's very uncomfortable. And it's also difficult, if not sometimes impossible, to reach the keyhole. If you're locked in these things and the cop hands you the key, you probably won't be able to get yourself out, because you cannot reach the keyhole when your hands are scrunched up like that. Okay? Now, here's how it works. Spring loaded. There, that goes in. Basically, this piece goes over. Okay? Now, when they're turned, right, you'll see what happens. Then this one goes over. Now, see that? This piece here has to line up with that notch for them to be unlocked. But that doesn't happen unless it's folded. See? See how the notches line up? Once it's on, the spring-loaded catch will be somewhere over here. And that's a lip in there, like a little shelf. And that catches on here, and that makes it impossible to open. That's why it doesn't open. The key is a very simple affair. It's just a flat piece of metal. This one's fluted, okay, and I'll show you the different keyways. And basically what you're doing is you're just pushing that little piece of metal in. You're just pushing that spring-loaded thing inside the lock. The key goes like this and pushes this in so that it can be pulled open, okay? Here's how. Put the key in, push, and you see I just push that flush with the center post, and that's how these things work, okay? But they came in different sizes. A lot of them weren't marked at all. These ones weren't marked, but they came with this funky anchor key, which a lot of them do, okay? Here's some that are marked. You can see the different numbers, the serial number, whatnot, right? And there we go. The German mark, DRGM, okay? Deutsche Republic, blah, blah, blah. They came even in these massive sizes. As a comparison, let's look. See? You can see this difference in the size of the Hamburg 8s, of course made in Hamburg for the most part, but they came also with a flat keyhole. The flat key. Same operation, same everything, except they came with the flat key. Alright, boom, boom. There you go. But look at the difference in size from some of these monsters. And they're considerably heavier too. Okay. In my collection, I happen to have 5 sets. These were the first ones I got. These seem to be the most common, with this fluted anchor key. The guy I bought them from thought that they came from the Navy, you know, which would make sense with the anchor, but who knows. And then we have the flat key. These ones aren't marked either, and you can tell that sometimes the bow is flattened on the one side for when it folds. Okay? These are quite old. I don't know the exact age, but I can tell by the different pitting on it. And these are the only ones that I have right now that are marked. But there we have the different, move the chubs out of the way, the different Hamburg 8 cuffs in the collection. Some with the curved, looks like a little, looks like a little smiley face. He's happy. Okay, he's happy with one tooth. And some just had the flat, straight key. But again, these cuffs, no matter what you read or no matter what you hear, when they are in their original condition and they're applied properly, they really make the prisoner helpless.